front of you, and they're all doing it different than what you thought it was, you're gonna get confused. So zone out at that part of being your own little world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a few different things. You want to make sure when you dance, you don't have your shoulders up. You always want to have your shoulders down because obviously if you start dancing and your shoulders are up, but it's a nervous tension thing. So just make sure you're aware of your shoulders at all times. Whenever your foot comes off the floor, unless they tell you differently, point you go. Yes, point you go. Even dudes, because there's nothing worse than a kick with flex foot. It's ugly. Unless the only reason is newsies, maybe choreographically, they might have you pick up your foot flat. I doubt it. But I'm guessing that's going to be more like Sharks and Jets type of a vibe. You know, it's going to be more about changes and drops and turns and jumps. It's not probably going to be a million kicks. There's no business like show business though. Probably have a few kicks there. They probably have a kick line-ish type of a thing. They're not going to expect you to have high kicks, but how do you expect you to be able to kick? Yeah, and you were pretty flexible, right? You split the middle too? Yeah. Okay, so you should be fine, just make sure you put yourself. Yeah, and is your dance audition the first thing? Okay.
I have a thing on my bag.
Well, and one of the best etiquettes that people can have when they go to a dance audition is to get there early, to find their spot in the room, and don't feel bad if they tell you you can find your spot and you go up to the front, that's fine. But find your spot in the room and start stretching. Like sit on the floor and start stretching. That's what dancers do. They automatically just go in the room, find their spot, and plop down in the splits and start stretching their legs. It's not a bad thing. You're going to want to make sure your hair's pulled up, all that jazz and stuff, and you on the other hand are fine, obviously. But, okay, there are a few basic steps that you should automatically know how to do. A Sinead turn you should know how to do. Yeah, but when you do it, you're going to want to, she might have you do more than one. You're just going to want to make sure you know how to stop. Whenever you turn, she might have you looking forward. So if you're looking forward and that's where your attention's supposed to be, then that's your spot. So like you see the clock and you see it automatically again. That way if she has you do 7 or 8 Sinead turns, you're not going to get dizzy because that's your spot. Okay? You can also have a spot that way. Like, I'm going to look at the curtain. You whip your head, and that's the only thing that you look at. Okay? You just want to try, you especially, to be comfortable up on the balls of your feet. Yeah, because you're not going to want to do this stuff flat-footed. You also should make sure you don't have giant steps. That's the problem with dudes a lot, is they have really big steps. So they take these Sinead turns, and they take up 5,000 feet of room. You should always keep your feet under your shoulders. I know you know how to do a Sinead turn, because you've done it before, too. So a Sinead turn is very basic. Your Lindy's, actually, you should probably just know how to do them, just because they're a very transitional step, and they might have you do stuff like that. So a Lindy is just like this, and then with a ball change. So that's a very basic step in a world of dance. Yeah, it's not difficult by any means, but you just want to make sure you put your weight back on that. Because I'm guessing they'll probably have you do a lot of ball changes, and those are the ball changes. You know what I mean? Pas de bourrée, pirouette, would be if they were trying to, that, or if they were trying to, like, see who danced and who didn't. Like, automatically, they would throw that at you, and then be able to tell, okay, this half of the room danced, this half of the room. You know what I mean? But it's not that it's difficult. It's just backside down. That's literally what a pas de bourrée is. Backside down. And then you just pull up your knee and turn. That's where people get confused, when you pull up your knee. So to do a pirouette, they'll probably ask for a pirouette at some point, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing they will, because if she's coming from New York, pirouette is a basic step to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To people that have never had dance, it's not a basic step. But if you want to weed through it and find your shining stars, she's going to want to see somebody who do a pirouette. So when you do a pirouette without the pas de bourrée, you just open, and then you go back. It can go either way. If she does her hands this way, you turn that way. If she does her hands this way, you turn that way. Pay attention to what way she turns and pay attention, because you get to use your arm to assist with the turn. Because when you do pirouette, your arm creates the inertia and the energy to make the turn happen. Where's physics comes into play? I hate that it does, but it does. So you have to use them. You have to use your head in your spot, and your knee has to be in the right spot. Chances of musical theater, you're going to have your knees here. You would just want to have your toe here too. Yep, and you're going to want to get it up there too, because the guys that have danced before, you know, it's that's where they turn. So when you do a pirouette, which I'm sure you will, we usually go this way. This is the basic normal turn. So you would go here, and then you would pull up, and you would turn. Okay? So you would pull up, you would see your spot, and you would spin. This floor is very silky, so you're probably going to spin really fast. Okay? So be careful. But when you turn, you want to stop, and then you want to see your spot again and put your foot right back down where it came from. And that's the thing to do with that. Don't, if she's like, hey, give me a double or a triple, unless you master these from tonight to Saturday, don't. Because they would much rather see a clean, single turn that people don't fall out of than somebody trying to impress them and do a million and wobbling all over the place.
Will you do a double or triple so we have on the tapes if they want to try it, if they get this, they know what it looks like?
I have dancers that have danced for 12 years that still can't get a double or a triple. But, yeah, if I stand on the floor, I'm barefoot. You're not usually barefoot when you turn. But that would be a double, so you should have your foot all the way up. And that's not safe. No, I can't. This floor is really sticky. But a clean single should just be up and down. It really should. This floor is wicked. But also, I don't know if she's on. So, really, you should just master a clean single pirouette. Just in case they ask for one, you'll feel much better if you have that in your back pocket. You know what I mean? Rather than, you don't know how to do a pirouette before 20 minutes ago, you know? So, you just open, you put your arms in preparation, and then you pull up, and I always tell them to think of this leg like a screw. If you're screwing a screw into a house, and you screw it in crooked, that foundation is not going to ever be set right. This is your leg that needs to go up straight and be the screw. You have to spin on this like it's the screw, and it needs to go straight into the ground. You pull up. Here. Yeah. Okay? You're probably sticking in tennis shoes a little bit. You're probably sticking in crazy. Yeah. Because they like it.